Hi. Um, so we're back to our project, which involves some shells, mosaic with seashells. So here's how it turned out. Once the grout dried, let's see, make sure you can see good. Once the grout dried, I obviously have to still clean it up, but I'm very pleased with it. This is my pre-drilled hole here, and another one kind of hidden in here, tucked away in there. Now what I really love about it is it looks so much, I'm really pleased because this grout, I think it's bone colored grout, it looks in this piece, one that I'd want it to, and in this piece more than ever, it looks just like the sand. And that's what I would like it to look like. Now, doesn't it look like sand at the beach? It's awesome. Just gonna clean these off. Get my sponge out. This is a wallpaper sponge, which is recommended when you're grouting. I'm thinking about cutting it in half, however, make it a little bit simpler to deal with, a little more manageable to deal with. My phone's charging, so I have to have it funny kind of a way because the cord is sticking out on the right side. If I could just open my water. Hold on one second, I'm sorry. I'm too lazy to get a whole bowl and fill it with water, so I'm just putting a little water on my sponge, but it definitely like repels the water. If you pour water on the surface of this wallpaper sponge, it beads right up. So I kind of tap it in there. Okay, so a little firm, one direction, so that you're not bringing the grout back and forth. Can I change my direction on that one? I think I should do this direction to be more efficient because it's the length of it. I'll have to get this off. I think this goes further out. I'm not sure. I don't really care. It's just really beachy. Some of it can be covered by the sand, right? Got that off. It was kind of stuck. I'm not going to bother too much with the seashells. To me, that's fine. It looks like it's kind of dusted with sand. Oops, am I showing it well enough? Sometimes I don't show it as well as I would like. So it's best not to go like back and forth. Just go in one direction. And you don't want your sponge very wet at all. If you got it in a bowl, you need to wring it out very, very well. This one, this one had grout on it before, so then I'll probably have to work on that a little bit to get it off. Oh, it's coming. Okay, I'm kind of going against my rule, going all over the place, but I'll go back to that. It's not my rule, it's just what's recommended. I'm not perfectionistic about my art, and I think you can go cuckoo being perfectionistic about any artistic endeavor, and I think that completely goes against the whole point of it. You know, the right brain activity is so important to being well-rounded. You know, you can't do everything left brain. You've got to do some artistic stuff sometimes because it's important to use the right side of the brain. That's the artistic side. And me, I'm a very right brain person. I'm a very like abstract thinker. I obviously need to vacuum this up. It's a lot of, or I don't know, it's part of the charm, part of the beachy look, so I'm not gonna even vacuum that up. It's like got a lot of loose. See? It's got a lot of loose grout. But it looks beachy. But when I hang it up, it'll come falling off most of it, but not all of it. It'll help make it look beachy, I think. You know, where do I even have room to hang this up now? Pretty big piece. Might not get hung up for a while. But it will. I would like to hang it up. I like it. So this was challenging with all the different textures and as far as grouting. But that was more in my head, perceived. I thought, oh, it's going to be difficult. Like with all these different shapes going up here and I don't know. I thought maybe it would be, but it wasn't. It was fine. Just time consuming. Took a while. So I'm gonna have to get something smaller to wipe these little beads. To clean the little beads, I'll use something smaller. So because it's so loose, once I clean it off, it's kind of clean one off, something off one, and it's kind of falling onto the other one. So I'll just use a brush and brush it. Okay, I'm gonna have to dip this in a bowl and I'll finish cleaning it, but I think this is a good enough idea that you have of the outcome. Can you see it? It's a good enough outcome. I don't have to show you what it's completely cleaned up. Wait, why can't I get that? Wow, this whole time, has it been over too far this whole time? I'm so sorry. Alright, so have a very Merry Christmas. I'm gonna call this done.